What is up, guys? How are you doing? So yesterday I made the video. Well, technically I haven't made it yet. I just finished recording it. The reason I'm wearing the same shirt is because they're both being filmed back to back, whatever. Yesterday I published the video of the 5 things I surprisingly liked about the Microsoft Lumia 950 XL. Now I'm going to talk about the 5 things I dislike about this phone. So this is going to get so much more traction because it's not even funny. I think it's like 0.5% usage of Lumia worldwide or something like that. Maybe 1%. I don't know. Don't ask me. Number 1 is something that we can't ignore and we should probably get out of the way. And that is, as expected, the lack of apps. Now, it's getting better, to be fair. It's better than I expected, but there's still a significant lack of apps, whether it be your bank. Now, it does vary, obviously, so I know for a fact that Barclays do have a Windows app, but HSBC, my bank, do not. So it depends on your situation. And then things like, there's not a single Google app outside of Google. Now, it is thought to be because of a patent dispute that is going on between Google and Microsoft, which was actually resolved last week. And there is hope that maybe you'll get all of your Google apps on your phone. And that would be so great because I use my Google Drive all the time, I use Google Photos, and I never realized how deeply ingrained I am in the Google ecosystem. Even not being able to listen to music on my phone was ridiculous, and there's not even a YouTube app. Like, name me one other phone that doesn't use YouTube. My TV in the next room has YouTube installed on it. Number 2 is something I mentioned in passing yesterday, and that is the fact that the update is broken. And by broken, I mean really broken. The issue seems to be something about the way it tries to install the update. And as I mentioned yesterday, and as I'm going to say again, ironically, the update is supposed to fix the issue that is caused by the current version of software. And it's not even like you can go in and factory reset it, because if you try and restore software using the PC, it sees it as the most up-to-date version. So it seems like a very complicated issue that will probably be resolved somehow. Good luck with that, Microsoft. But they are on top of it, as they have been releasing monthly updates to their phone every single month. So congrats to them for doing more than other companies. Something they can improve with, though, is how hot their phone gets. Now, this is probably something I'll get into more detail about tomorrow, but it has gotten uncomfortably warm in my hand on numerous occasions. I haven't had that yet on my S7, surprisingly enough, but there have been moments that with this plastic back, I've just kind of picked it up and it's been really hot to the touch, where both the back and the front, it's not just one side. And it's specifically like in this corner down here. Now, it does seem to mostly happen when fast charging, but when it doesn't happen whilst fast charging, the battery drains really, really quickly. Like, for the first week, it wouldn't make it until midday without having to be charged. Actually, it wouldn't make it until midday. It wouldn't make it till like 2 o'clock. And it meant that I constantly had it plugged in. Now, luckily, after a week, it kind of settled and it's now fine. And it's currently on, I'll tell you actually, 85%. That is because I haven't used it at all today. So, whoops. But that doesn't mean it's perfect though, because although it like scrapes to the end of the day, I feel like for a roughly 3500 milliamp hour battery, it should be managing a lot longer, especially considering how trigger happy, and this is point number 4 more or less, or 5, or wherever, I've lost track, let's be honest here. This is whatever point +1, so n+1 point, of the fact that it's trigger happy for closing apps. You'll press the Windows button and then like realize, you know when you accidentally close an app and you didn't mean to? You'll do that, right? You'll hit the Windows button, you'll be like, oh God, I didn't mean it. And then you'll press the app again. And it will spend a few seconds waking up the app. Or if you're in something like a game, it will forget where it was completely and it will load up like you closed it all the way and you lost whatever you were doing at the time. Now, for something like Office, that's not an issue because it auto-saves constantly, but for something like a game which doesn't, and it might be something level-based like Lara Croft Go, very good game, highly recommended, that becomes a major issue. Now, though I've gotten used to the layout of the home launcher, something that I mentioned in yesterday's video, the app design language is still horrible in my opinion. The fonts in general just seem a bit too large, something you can fix with scaling. But even then, the way that headings work, instead of having sort of portioned off tactics, it's like your heading is one large font and then everything else is just a smaller font and they're not separated in any way. So it just looks like some child threw together a bunch of font, like copy and pasted a bunch of stuff into Word and forgot to like clear formatting. And sure, if I spent long enough with it, I might find it all right. It just annoys me so much and it gets right on my nerves. Anyway guys, if you still have the will to live, congrats to you. Make sure to hit like if you liked the video. If you didn't, I'm not sure why you're watching this. Anyway, click up here to see yesterday's video, which was the 5 things I loved about this phone. And believe it or not, there were 5 things and they were actually surprisingly decent things. So you should definitely check that video out. Click up here to see a random video I haven't picked yet and telling you would be cheating, so I won't. Make sure to subscribe to see more videos like this one, including tomorrow, which will be my review of the Nokia? God damn it, I'm still calling it the Nokia. 2 weeks on, still calling it the Nokia Lumia. The Microsoft Lumia 950 XL review will be published tomorrow, so I'll see you guys then. And have a nice evening and stuff. I usually end on see you later, so I don't know what I'm doing there. See you later, I guess. Bye. I am a wreck. Such a wreck. Like, I'm just emotionally falling apart.